Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What you got going on today?
Nothing much. Shooting some hoops, enjoying this weather. What's
Okay.
good?
Nothing much. So I know this is like my first time meeting you.
Okay.
How would you explain yourself in one word?
One word. Chill. Really chill.
Okay. Do you work?
I do work.
What does your job entail?
I am a service advisor at Honda of Concord. I've been there for about 3 years now.
Do you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. I enjoy it.
Okay. How would you describe your upbringing?
My upbringing, it was pretty consistent, pretty routine, very minimal, but it was pretty cool.
What do you mean by minimal?
Very consistent, probably. I would say it wasn't a whole lot of like glitz and glam, but it was very consistent.
Gotcha.
Very routine.
Okay. Were your parents in the home?
Yes, both parents were in the home and still are.
What was the family dynamic like?
Very kind of wasn't, well, we were close, everybody was close, but we all did our own things, if that makes sense. We all had our own like agendas, if that makes sense.
Who do you feel like you were closest with?
My mom, to this day.
Okay. And what are some things that you cherish the most?
My family, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my most prized possession. So yeah, my family.
And what do you enjoy in your spare time?
Spare time, I like playing video games. I'm pretty good at 2K, so I like that a lot.
You have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. I think I'm very good at being detailed and very like what's the word I'm looking for? Very organized. I'm good at being organized.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Right. You would hear that from more of a female standpoint.
Right.
So I've done a little research and I came across some really cool visuals of you. Where do you get your creative eye?
My creative eye comes from things that I've seen around, just randomly. I have like, visions of how I would like things to look. So I try and go after that and, do it as cool as possible, as fashionable as possible.
I see. And I also love how you cherish your wife. What's her name?
Her name is Jordan Hayla Nicholson.
Fun. How did you and Jordan meet?
We met at A&T back in 2011, I think 2010 maybe, in the cafeteria.
Okay.
Williams Dining Hall.
Okay. Well, how would you explain shooting your shot at her?
I really didn't shoot my shot until 3 years later, after we had been friends for the first 3 years, and my friends tried to talk to her before me, and yeah, I didn't really shoot my shot until after 3 years of being friends, and I was just like, hey, you tell me my girl or what? What's good?
Okay, just straight to the point. Like, what's up?
What's good, basically.
And you guys are married, right?
Yeah, we've been married for going on 3 years now.
And what makes you a good husband?
Should ask her that one. But if I had to say one thing that makes me a good husband, I would say probably the fact that I am, I'm pretty vulnerable as of lately. I see myself turning a new leaf. I think she does too. So I think it's helpful in my pursuit of being a great husband.
Okay. And you're a father as well, right?
Yes, I am, to Charlie Grace. She's 8 months old.
She's a cutie
my baby.
pie. What makes you a good father?
Just my unconditional love for her. I feel like that's something that's never going to change, and I show it daily. Not because I'm supposed to, but because I truly do love her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what makes me a great dad.
And what's something that you would like for Charlie to carry with her when she gets older?
I really want her to be a respectful young lady. I want her to be caring, loving, kind. Yeah, I just want her to know where she comes from. I don't want her to think she's better than anybody. I want her to be, just very humble, very humble.
Good word. And what do you love about being her father?
I think what I love the most is the fact that she looks like me and not her mom. So I love that the most. But something else that I love about being her father is she's fearless. Like even at a young age, I can see that she's fearless. Like this, how she maneuvers around the house and gets into things like without fear. So that's pretty cool to see at a young age.
Where do you think she gets that from?
Oh, that's from her mom all day because
Okay.
I did not grow up like that. I did not grow up like that.
All right. And what do you love about being Jordan's husband?
I love. It's a lot that I love, but I think I love the fact that she teaches me things too. I say that's things I don't know that she knows, and she's very she has grace in her teaching abilities. Put it that way.
All right. I like how you put that, grace. And so, how do you handle the stress of being a father and a husband? Because I know it's stressful at times.
It gets stressful. It's not easy. I think what I do or what I've found that works for me is talking to other people, having accountability partners, guys that I look up to, and also therapy. I started therapy like a month ago, and it's been pretty effective. So yeah, that's what I do.
And I was just going to ask you about therapy. Do you feel like it's working for you?
Oh, tremendously. It's a stretch, something I'm not used to doing, something I'm not accustomed to doing.
Right.
But it's something that I found to help because I come back knowing something about myself that I didn't know before going in.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool and effective for just marriage, fatherhood, day-to-day life. So yeah, I like it a lot.
And I read a post, and you kind of spoke on what your triggers are. So how do you feel like that journey has been for you?
It's been tough. It's not been easy. You have to sit down and have those conversations with people that you love and trust, and hey, you have to ask them to hold you accountable for certain things that have caused you to slip in the past. So it's been tough, but it's rewarding too because the benefits that it reaps.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you healthily express your emotions?
I do now. It's funny, we just had a conversation the other night, Jordan and I, and I got very emotional because I felt a certain way, and before I would bottle it in, but now I'm turning over this new leaf. I think that it's better to express how I feel and tell her how I feel, whether it hurts me or her.
And do you believe it's okay for men to cry?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely okay for men to cry.
And if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
To be confident, be more confident, be more willing to try different things. Don't be afraid to fail. That's probably the biggest thing that I would tell myself, my younger self, is don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid of what people think of you. Just do it. If you feel it, do it.
Like Nike says, just
do it.
Do you have any regrets?
That pretty much summed it up. Just me not doing things that I really wanted to do and try when I was younger. I feel like me not doing those things kind of hindered an experience, and that's something I can't get back. So I can only move forward, but that's one of the biggest regrets that I have, not being confident enough to try new things growing up.
Yeah, it's never too late.
Yeah.
And one last question, Will. What advice would you give to someone who's learning to protect their mental?
One piece of advice, ask for help. If there's something you are struggling with, or trying to cope with something, or just trying to carry something, just ask for help. It's not a weak sign. It's not a sign of being weak or fearful. It's people, we need community, we need help. So if it's something that you're struggling with, ask for help. Because somebody else is struggling with it too. I guarantee you, you're not alone.
For sure. I think that's our biggest thing. We're too prideful.
Yep.
But before we go, I have one favor of you.
What's good? What you need?
Make this last shot.
Make this last shot. It's a piece of cake.
You say so.